The new Spider-Man 2 update is out, but the response has been mixed. Some people love it, but a surprisingly large amount of people are disappointed. Let's dive into why, and whether the Spider-Man 2 update really is disappointing or not. As you might know already, I always give my honest thoughts, without giving a toss what anyone else says, and regardless of the potential hate I might get. I prefer to be straight up, so you can watch a video with absolutely no meat riding or BS attached. So let's dive straight into this. The suits suck. This has been a big complaint. In previous Spider-Man games, we've had a good selection of suits added free of charge. This time around, we've only got 2 free suits, and you have the option to pay $3.99 for these other suits as well, which hasn't been done before. People aren't too happy about this. For me personally, the selection of suits added aren't the best, but this does come down to personal preference. The Miles one, I think looks dog and dutty. I will probably never use it. Some people might like it, but the overall response I've seen is that people hate it.
After 5 long months, we get this? Wait, what is this? What are you wearing?
The Peter one, on the other hand, isn't too bad. I think what it comes down to is when you have all these amazing suits out there from all the Spider-Man comics, and we get this dutty thing added to the game. I guess it's just disappointing for people out there when we get a suit added that looks uglier than your nan's teeth. And we can't forget that they have also fixed the Raimi suit now. It looks a lot better than before, looks more like the movies, and you've got to praise them for doing this. A lot of game companies probably wouldn't care. I would just leave it as is. But on the other hand, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit now has a glitch in the lenses, which is kind of annoying, but it's a glitch. It's going to get fixed. You can't really complain. So I do sort of agree with the comments about the suit sucking in this game, but it is personal preference. And I would love to know what you think in the comments down below. The New Game Plus is lacking. So many think the New Game Plus feature is kinda dog because it doesn't really have much to offer. I don't really understand this point of view. A New Game Plus is exactly what it says on the tin. You're playing the game again with all your upgrades. I don't really know why people would expect it to be much different. Also, things have been added. You can now upgrade Miles and Peter to ultimate levels where you can unlock new abilities. So there is a reason to play this game mode, and I personally didn't expect them to even add this. If you look back at previous Spider-Man games like the first one, the New Game Plus was exactly the same. There was no difference. There was no unlockables. It was the exact same. Once you completed it, you got that god-awful suit that was so disappointing. That's something to complain about. This, on the other hand, really isn't that bad. However, this is where things get interesting. Symbiote color. Yes, I can agree with the comments about this. This feature should have been added way sooner, purely because it's such a simple little fix. Not being able to use the black symbiote at the end of the game was very disappointing. Maybe not for everyone, but for people like me that has some sort of weird OCD thing going on here, it was really irritating, especially when using the black suit with the anti-venom abilities. It just doesn't look right, and I was hoping they were going to fix it in a small little patch, but instead we've had to wait 5 months for this feature to be added. So I do 100% agree with the comments about this, but at least we have it now. Change time of day. Once again, I have to agree with the comments on this. This should have been added way sooner, especially when you consider this feature was in the previous game without needing an update. Also, it does kind of suck that we can't change the weather. There is a good amount of options when changing the time of day, but I do wish we could change the weather. But it's not the end of the world. At least we can now change the time of day, and there is a lot more options to choose from compared to previous games. And on top of that, you don't have a loading screen. It just happens straight away. Now we move on to the biggest complaint of the Spider-Man 2 update. The update hasn't added enough. This is the main complaint I've seen across all the social medias, and I also saw a lot of comments on my videos saying about this. It's the fact that it's been 5 months since release, and this is all we get. Fans were expecting the update to give us more content. I do agree to some extent, as I would have loved to see a lot more suits added. Only having 2 suits is kinda dog, but we also have to consider Insomniac did suffer a huge data breach last year that would have delayed Wolverine and the Spider-Man 2 update. The issue is, they haven't come out and said it's taken 5 months for this update to come out due to the data breach. I don't think this helps, as a lot of people just forget about the data breach. And what I personally didn't really like was the fact that this game came out in October and we didn't hear anything regarding updates for months, despite thousands of tweets asking about it. But I can understand that the freak nature of the data breach would push things back a massive amount. Maybe if they put out more tweets or posts about what was going on, people might not have been as disappointed with waiting 5 months for this update. Whether this update has enough content or not is subjective. For me, there is only one issue with Spider-Man 2. Once you complete it, there is nothing to do. I would love it if there was a reason to return to this game, as right now, once you finish it, the only thing left to do is replaying missions, which will get old very quickly, or doing the same random crimes over and over. To improve this, I would love more random crimes to be added, maybe on a regular basis. That would be amazing. And also, if there were more suits added on a regular basis like the first game, this would increase the need to load Spider-Man up again instead of completing it twice and never playing it again. To be honest, it's been the one and only flaw with all these games so far, and I was kind of hoping this would be addressed by now, as this is technically the third installment. They just need to find a way for people to return to the game. But to be fair, a lot of single player games out there have this issue, but I truly believe there is a way to accomplish this. But maybe I'm only in the minority who actually think this. Realistically though, apart from hoping that more suits would have been added in this update, I didn't really expect much more. A DLC announcement would have been nice. I wasn't expecting Venom to be playable or anything like that, so I really don't buy into the movement of this game sucks and the update is dog shit. I'm playing the game right now and really enjoying it. More suits would have been amazing, but I really don't understand the comments that are hating on this game. There's literally no need to. A lot of it really is nitpicking. In a way, that's a good thing, because it shows how damn good Spider-Man 2 is if we have to nitpick it for missing minor details instead of ripping it apart like other games in the past. What it comes down to is with any game out there, there's always going to be things people want in it, but I really don't think people should be disappointed with Spider-Man 2. It's a great update that could have been bigger, but it's still enough for you to go out there and play it again. Whether it's your first time playing or not, it's worthy of replaying. But as always, let me know in the comments below what you think, as I'm sure everyone's going to have very different opinions on this, and I would love to see your thoughts. And if you would like to see my video where we dive into all the features in this update and little things that other videos might have missed, make sure to click the card on screen. You don't want to miss that video. Thank you guys for watching as always, and have a great rest of your day.